Yes, people, why football, and welcome back to Arsenal Previews, the show where we preview all Arsenal games. Today we're previewing Arsenal versus Wimbledon in the Carabao Cup. If you're new to this show, this is where we give all the background info into the game, including TV channel, where to watch it, the date and time the match is on. I then give a bit of team news around Arsenal, a bit on the opposition, my predicted lineup, and finally my predicted score. As always, leave in the comment section down below your prediction for the exact score of this match. If you get it right, I will shout you out when I review the game after in Arsenal reviews. And while you're down there, please consider subscribing on my road to 600. So yeah, it is the third round of the Carabao Cup. And normally, I had to take this intro about 4 times because I kept saying the fourth round. So I'm so used to Arsenal's second game in the Carabao Cup being the fourth round. But of course, because we're not in Europe this season, we started in the second round versus West Brom with a 6-0 win and now go into the third round to play Wimbledon at home in one of the easier draws, let's be honest. So this is the round where all the big boys go in, the European clubs. And to be honest, Arteta says that the Carabao Cup is one of the competitions he is targeting this season. And it makes sense. We're not in Europe. We're only in the Premier League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup. So why not take the Carabao Cup as serious as possible while other clubs may not as much? Only really Pep Guardiola does, to be honest. So yeah, we're playing Wimbledon at home this Wednesday in a couple of days' time for recording this on the 22nd of September. And tickets aren't too bad. It costs £10 for the lower tier and £20 the upper tier for adults. And then I believe it's around £5 for concessions. So look, it's a decent game if you want to go to. Not one of the most expensive games. And I expect Arsenal to put out a fairly strong lineup. It won't be our first starting 11, I don't think, but some decent players. So if you haven't been to the Emirates or fancy going, I think this is one of the games you could go to. You see a nice game versus Wimbledon, the easy opposition. And yeah, so I'm hoping that it will be a decent game. In terms of TV channel wise, it's not looking good, boys. It is not looking good. The Sky Sports have chosen to show Man United versus West Ham, even though it's this Wednesday. So you're gonna have to find some stream from somewhere on the Carabao Cup website. So it's another one of those ones. It's just they don't show games in the UK anymore. I don't know why. It's really annoying. So maybe try Total Sport Tech or something. But it's one of those things. You move on. Hopefully, in the future, I'm just hoping they will show more football games because I just think you won't even have an opportunity to unless you find some kind of stream, which isn't fair in my opinion. But either way, so the opposition, Wimbledon now. So they're in League One, which is the one below Championship, the third tier in English football, and they are 7th, so they're not as bad as I thought, to be fair. In their opening 8 games, they've won 3, drawn 3, and lost 2. So not the worst record by any means. It's a decent record. It's middle of the pack. And I think it will be, let's be honest, one of the easier games for Arsenal. I don't see us struggling much in this game, especially with the fact that we're at home. It's not like we're playing in their stadium where the grass is awful. I think we can just knock the ball around, have a nice little off day, especially with the North London derby coming in on Sunday. So that's a big game, the North London derby. And Spurs are playing Wolves, so they have to put up a stronger team than we do, which I believe. So the draw has gone in our favour for sure. In terms of team news-wise, Granit Xhaka is out. He's serving his third and final suspension after his red card versus Manchester City. Mohamed El-Neni is expected to come back in training, though I think he'll miss this game. And Rob Holding is expected to be back, but I don't know whether he's fit enough to start. So yeah, getting into my predicted lineup for Arsenal now. In goal, I believe Bern Leno will play. Yeah, I think Ramsdale, if I'm honest, I think he'll start in North London derby, which means Leno probably should play this cup game. Look, I'd rather Leno start this game and Ramsdale start North London derby, in my opinion. So I'm all for Leno playing this game against Wimbledon so they get a bit of his confidence back. Right back wise, I think we'll go to Cedric. I think Tomiyasu needs a break, especially after the physicality versus Burnley. I think a lot of our first team felt like, especially the defence, felt the pressure of Burnley in terms of their aerial presence. So they need a break going into this week because they've got a big game next weekend against Spurs. So yeah, Cedric right back for me. Right centre back, I think Chambers will come back in. I don't mind Chambers. I think he's a decent centre back and right back, good utility player. He'll do just fine at centre back. Next to him, I think Pablo Mari will come back in, just a bit of experience there. And then left back, to be honest, one of the players that's really grown on me at Arsenal, Nuno Tavares, looks really good when he comes on. I'm really excited to see him play. He's an exciting left back, like a left wing, and I think this will be a perfect game for him. Against easy opposition, he can literally just show off and bomb down the left wing and provide another attacking option. Right centre mid-wise, I think we're going to play another one of our new signings, Albert Sambi Lokonga. I think he was unlucky to not start against Burnley. He looked good when he came on. I think he'll do just fine in the midfield here. Next to him, I'm going to pair him with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Of course, them two started in the Norwich game, so it will be Ainsley Maitland-Niles left centre mid. He's playing his preferred centre mid position, so no complaints from Ainsley, hopefully. And then cam-wise, this is a tough one because we haven't got many cams to choose from. I put Emil Smith-Rowe there personally. I just think because he was taken off early in the Burnley game, which means he'll probably have more fitness going into this game versus Wimbledon in Carabao Cup. And I just think he's a little short. He had an illness when he was out in under-21 duty for England and missed the Kosovo game, so I think he needs to get back into full fitness, so this will be a nice game to kind of like get his minutes up. Right wing wise, I'm actually going to go for Eddie Nketiah. Yeah, strange one. I don't think many people were expecting it. I think that he's going to give Aubameyang, Pepe and Saka a rest for this game going into Northern London Derby, so I see Nketiah starting. We have Reece Nelson's out on loan. There isn't many options. I see Eddie Nketiah playing as a right winger. Maybe we'll kind of slot in as a striker with Lacazette potentially. So yeah, I put Eddie Nketiah to right wing / striker. Left wing, Gabriel Martinelli, of course. He's very unlucky not to start games. I think he's one of our best young players, and he's so exciting whenever he gets on the pitch. So yeah, I'm hoping he can have a good game versus Wimbledon. And striker, Alexandre Lacazette, just hasn't managed to start in the Premier League recently, so hopefully he can get a couple of his goals up in the League Cup, because I'm no doubt that we will need him come this season, just in case Aubameyang gets injured or anything. So yeah, that's just been my predicted lineup for the game versus Wimbledon in the Carabao Cup. And now on to my score prediction. I think it's going to be a comfortable win for Arsenal. I'm going for a 4-0 Arsenal win at home at the Emirates, and will send us through to the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. As always, leave the comments down below, as I said before, your score prediction for this game, the winner or winners. You can choose the result that someone else has put. Will be shouted out in Arsenal reviews when I review the game after it's finished, which I do every time. And if you're new around here, if you're an Arsenal fan, please consider subscribing on my road to 600. I produce a lot of Arsenal and football content. I've been White Football, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.